All right, quick video about a couple new flashes that just came out that I was turned on to by somebody in a comment section. Mad TCal 777, thank you for bringing these up. If you guys have any suggestions or you want anything you want me to try, if it's up my alley, and if you think it's something I would like, let me know in the comments. I'll try it out if I get around to it. So here's a new thing. It's a new can-shaped, does this look familiar? Looks just like an AD100, doesn't it? So that's why I got it, because I love my AD100. So for today, we're going to compare the SMDV, which makes a really good softbox, which I like. So this is made to fit on that softbox. It's similar to, I guess, the V1 and the Pro Photo and anything that's a can shape. So let's just get right to it. So I got the 120 and the 240. So you would think that the 120 is brighter than the 100 and the 240 is brighter than the 200, right? Let's find out. You can see the size difference between the 120 and the 100. The 120 is considerably bigger and heavier than the 100, quite a bit. In fact, a lot. With the battery, the AD100 is 1.17 pounds, just over a pound. With the battery, this thing is 1.8 pounds, almost 2 pounds. It's got a much bigger battery. Look at the size difference. Well, this is the battery. That's the battery, and this is the battery of the... you can see the size difference here. So it's almost twice as big in the battery. I have not run this thing until it dries up, so I don't know how long it'll go, but it's considerably bigger and heavier in the battery department, in the size department, and everything else. So okay. The one thing I noticed about right away on this thing, other than being big and heavy, is that when I turned it on, there's no zoom. This thing you can zoom from 28 to 85. This thing has no zoom. The other thing I noticed is it's really hard to switch between high-speed sync and non-high-speed sync. Because, you know me, you get twice as much power from non-high-speed sync. Most people like to use high-speed sync, but they don't realize they're cutting their power in half. When you're using little tiny things like this, you want to use non-high-speed sync. It's really easy. You just put a polarizing filter on the front or an ND filter, and it runs a lot longer. Your batteries last longer. It doesn't overheat. I was in Death Valley for like 4 hours with this thing, and it never overheated. And it was like 115 out. This thing never overheated because I was not in high-speed sync. Anyway, so as far as flash readings go, this thing, I did it at 6.5 feet. It's a little over 2 meters for those of you in Europe. And I kept the same flash settings for each. I made it full power with high-speed sync. The AD100 with the 28mm zoom was 11.5. With the 85mm zoom, it was 16.1. So you're getting almost another stop of power just from going from 28mm to 85mm. This has no zoom. It's just one thing. So, okay, again, so the brightest setting on this, full power, high-speed sync, is 16.1. This thing, full power, manual, with high-speed sync, 8.03. So 8.03, 16.1. That's 2 stops difference. I'm shocked. This is a 120. This is a little tiny. Look at how tiny this thing is. I mean, I'm amazed. Now, I got to say, I really like the color. The spectrum reading looks really good. The Godox flashes are pretty much set for high noon daylight. Like there's blue in there because it's set for high noon. That's what is generally accepted as the standard setting for 5600 flash, which is high noon. Okay, you got blue in there. That's just what it is at 5600. This thing has got more warmer colors in it. This is more for later in the day. The other thing about this one is the light pattern is really nice. It's got a nice even light pattern all the way around. So that's good. It's got a nice light pattern, and the color rendition is really friendly and warm. It's just not very bright. It's like 2 stops darker than the 100. Okay, so let's move on here to the 200. This is the my old standard go-to. Okay, this one here, full power, high-speed sync with the Fresnel, what it comes with is 22.2. That is brighter than this, obviously. It's brighter than this. Now, I don't use the Fresnel. It's just, I mean, it's The pattern's okay. It's not that. It's just the color's a little bit on the blue side, just a little bit cool. I don't like that. And it's very harsh light. So what I like to use is this thing. I put this head on here. This is the bare bulb, which is really good for anything that is softbox related or modifiers, reflectors. The bulb that sticks into the modifier is just a lot, you get a lot more out of it. So I like that. I also like, so this is the ADS2 reflector with 2 layers of diffusion in there. And so this is what I've been using for 10 years. This is my most favorite modifier of all, because the wind doesn't really do much to it. It's very portable. It doesn't draw a lot of attention to itself. And so 2 layers of diffusion, ADS2, that's the head I use with the bare bulb. And this is what I use. I just hand hold this thing like this, and when I do it like that, the light reading is 16.4, 22.2 with the hard light, a little bit on the cool side Fresnel, and 16.4 on this. Again, this is brighter than any of these two. Now let's move up to the 240 here. This is the new SMDV 240. It is even bigger than the 100. This is getting close to the size of the AD200 and Godox, which is, I don't like. It is underpowered for what it is, because the reflector that it comes with really kills the light. So actually the AD100 is brighter than the AD200. I did a video about that because of the stupid reflector that comes with the 300. Anyway, and the 300 is really limited with what you can attach to it because of the Godox Mini. I mean, yeah, you can put an adapter on there, but then it's not a small thing anymore. Anyway, so getting back to this, the SMDV, look how big this thing is. It's huge. They're both the same size as far as tube-wise, I mean, the light-wise, because it fits into the same softbox. This is a really good softbox. This is how it works. It's really compact. This is what it looks like when you get it. And then all you got to do is you pull this thing like this, and bam, it's ready to go. And it's already got the white part attached to it. There's no inner diffuser. I don't think. Is there? No. Wait a minute. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's actually an inner diffuser in there. Wow. I've been using it with the adapter that goes on here, which is the one that makes the AD100 go on here. Now, if you don't use this adapter, this is like the V1A1 adapter, I believe it is. If you just use the way it comes raw, then this thing clicks right in there, which I really like. Both these flashes go into the softbox and click in there really easily. I like that a lot. The only thing is, it's not that bright. So that sucks. Anyway, so how bright is this one? The 240. Surely it is twice as bright as this one. So how bright is the 240? Surely it's twice as bright as the 120, because 120 times 2 is still 40, right? Well, I'm sorry to say this. I'm quite shocked. I am shocked. Okay, here's the 200, right? The 200 was 16.4 with my favorite reflector, and 22.2 with the Fresnel. This is the 200. This is a 240. Okay, full power, high-speed sync, everything going full blast, 11.8. So even with the reflector and the diffuser on here, which is one stop less than the Fresnel on the 200, which is 16.4, is still brighter than the 240 full blast, high-speed sync, 11.8. That's pretty amazing. So both these flashes are dimmer than the lesser wattage Godoxes. Godox has really maxed out their power. These things are, now I gotta say, I like the build quality. It's really good. They're really well made. I like the way they make a cool, cute little sound when you turn them on. It's like a little video game. It's great. It does not. It's pretty basic. High-speed sync. In order to turn on or off, you have to push mode and high-speed sync. But then when you do that, it goes into do you want Canon, Nikon, Fuji, or Sony? And then you have to pick that, and then you pick the one, and then it goes into high-speed sync on or off. And so it's like this process to turn high-speed sync on or off. With Godox, you just push high-speed sync on or off. This one, and it doesn't have zoom, so it's stuck in one position. It's heavy. If it was the same size and weight as the little 100, I could forgive a stop of power, but it's heavier, it's bigger, and it's weaker. That sucks. This kind of reminds me of, I'll get this thing out of the way here. This kind of reminds me of my experience with Profoto and Westcott. They have really well-made flash units. I like the big dials and the interface, and the build quality is really good. But nothing beats Godox. I mean, Godox has really got it down. Oh, they come with this. It comes with this cool little flash. It comes with this cute little flash here. It's really nice. It's a good size, pretty easy to understand. But I am shocked. And the price, okay, here's the price. You'd think, well, they must be cheaper because they're, it's SMDV versus, it's like a lesser brand, right? It's a not as well-known brand, and so therefore, and they're a little weaker, so I'm sure they're cheaper. That's probably, okay, that's worth it. All right, well, the 100 was $299, and right now it's on sale for $239 across the board. So you can get one of these, you can get these for $239 now. This one is $299, which is the same price as the original 100 price, so they're the same price. This is bigger, heavier, and 2 stops less. When this is on 85 zoom, which is still pretty good size spot, it's 16.1. This thing is 8.03. So it's 2 stops less. It costs the same. It's bigger and it's heavier. The 200 is $299. Same price as both of these. So it's the same. This is the same price as these. Actually, if you want to, so it doesn't look as big, I'll put the Fresnel on there. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, $299 for all 3 of these. This one's $239 right now. I don't know, maybe it'll stay there. And this is brighter. This is 16.4 with my favorite diffuser, and this is 16.1 with the spot, what do you call it, the 85 millimeter sight. And you know what? That Death Valley video that I did where I was saying, let's see if this thing is bright enough to compete with the sun in the hot desert, I forgot to set the zoom. So this thing was on 28 millimeter probably the whole time when I was out fighting the sun in Death Valley and it was still overpowering the sun. I could have gotten another stop out of power out of this thing. I just totally forgot because it was so heavy and my brain wasn't working right. But anyway, so yeah, so even at 28 millimeter, this thing is 11.5. And this is 16.5. So when you have it at 85, it's almost the same power as a 200 with my favorite. So look at the tiny little thing. This is great. Anyway, and this thing here is 11.8, which is pretty much the same power as the 100. The 240 is almost the same power as the 100. That is just mind. Anyway, you know what this costs? $400. $400. This is $100 more than anything else on here, and it's less power than the 200, even though it's a 240, and it's the same power as this one. So this is 8.03. This is 11.8. So yeah, quite the shock. But I like the build quality. They're fun to use. I like the spread pattern. I like the colors. It's got a lot going for it. I mean, they feel good in your hand. They're really well made. Fun to use. That's important for me. But for the heavy, the whole reason of having something like this in the first place is to have it portable and light. So you can travel, like when you hike around all day, like you're a wedding photographer and you got to lug your equipment around all day, or you're an event photographer and you want to, every ounce, every pound adds up and you get your shoulders killing you. That's why these things are made, for traveling, for hiking, for walking around events and stuff, so you don't kill yourself. This thing weighs twice as much as this. This thing weighs even more. I like playing with them. They're fun and everything. It's a great idea, but I'm shocked. I am shocked at the output. Anyway, but I do like them. I don't hate them. It's just they're too big and heavy. That's what it comes down to. I mean, for something that's portable, that's supposed to be portable and small and lightweight and all that, I mean, they just don't put out the power for the size. I mean, look at how much bigger it is. Look at how much bigger that thing is. That's ridiculous. Okay, so anyway, if you don't care about power that much, but you like a nice spread pattern and you like the colors and everything, they're still kind of small. If you like that, then I'll be giving these away, obviously. So marcuspicks.giveawayenter.com. I've only had them for literally, 4 hours? And I'll throw in, so both of these and the, what do you call it? The trigger, flash trigger. Oh, and by the way, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it, but one of the chargers, this is how you charge it. You just plug it into the thing, and you plug this in the wall. The same charger charges both of them. It's the 120, 240 charger. One of them didn't work. I think one of the chargers was out of the box, not working. I mean, I played with it, and it just won't charge. So I'm stuck with one charger for both of these. Maybe you can get the other one to work. I don't know. But out of the box, one of the chargers was not working. But other than that, the build quality, everything is good. Anyway, nothing beats Godox. Look at how small, and I love these. I got 4 of these things, and I got 5 of the 200s. But I don't use the Fresnel. I use this thing. So this is bigger. Look at how much bigger that is than this. Look at that. So I mean, this isn't that much more power. This is like half of, I mean, if this is on, this is a little bit more powerful if this is set to 28, but at 85 millimeter, it's pretty much the same as this. So I'm using these 100s so much nowadays. Anyway, all right, that's it. I thought I'd let you know about the SMDVs. Well made, good color, good spread pattern. Not very bright, shockingly. But they make great softboxes. I love the SMDV softbox. I love these. I got several of these. The AD100 goes really good in there. Just get the right adapter, which is the V1A1, I believe it is. And the AD100 just goes right in there like that. Magnetically. It's magnetic. So, all right. Hope you got something out of this. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye.